Yes, good morning, everybody from Amsterdam, and we stay in Europe. We go to Sweden, to the beautiful Malin. Um, thank you. She's back, and we're gonna talk mindset. We're gonna talk comfort zone, aiming to live more fulfilled, happy, and aligned life. And couple of words about Malin for those of you that don't know her yet. She's the founder and owner of MH Leadership, and she has more than 20 years of experience in creating and delivering leadership programs for companies of sizes. And she empowers ambitious leaders and entrepreneurs to flourish by inspiring them to find their unique flow through prioritizing their own being. And her expertise takes a holistic approach, driving success in others through a combination of individual coaching and team coaching while promoting a healthy, active lifestyle. And she has multiple years of international experience and also a certified personal trainer. She's very close. We walk similar path, professional path, and that's why even more I have a lot of respect for who Malin is and what Malin does, and that's why she is here with me. And thank you so much for being again. You just came from a jogger, so
I did. Good morning. Yes, I just came from a jog. It's
yeah,
really hot today, so yeah, you got to
I'm
start
going.
early. Yeah,
I'm going after this, so
perfect.
I'm
Yeah.
with. So very nice. So here's the thing. We have this tradition, as you know, to start with our centering moment, and
Mm,
I would like to share that it's been very tough the past days for me because I have a very dear friend that passed away, and we were supposed to meet on Friday live.
mm,
Um, and this person passed away on Thursday
mm,
evening. So that's unexpectedly. So I would like to start actually with a minute of silence and just to connect with maybe a person that was important for you in your life and passed away, and connect with yeah, what that person meant and I for you. And I will put the alarm for a stopwatch, the timer for a minute,
mm.
and we will stay in silence, and whoever wants to join, it's okay, or um, just to connect with that person and what it meant for us and what we learned. Okay, so let's do it. Um, Thank you. And the family is still in kind of shock, so I respect and don't mention the name. Episode 45 of my podcast is dedicated to this person, and that's it. That's life. So,
Mm,
and it comes beautiful in the topic of today, Malin, which
mm.
is about mindset. And the importance of mindset and attitude to live a more fulfilled and happy and alive life. Um, Tell me, Malin, why is this important for you? And you chose also to deepen your expertise in this.
Yeah, I think depending on your mindset and on your attitude, your life will has such a different impact. And we can choose. We can always choose. And I think that's the trouble sometimes with many of us, because we think of the circumstances like we talked about a little bit last time. I mean, now right now it's Corona, and we have it really is, hard on our attitude, on our mind, because we don't know, we don't have any answers right now. What is going to happen, and what happen after this with me, with my work, with my family, and could be
And
some.
and with your
Yeah,
family, can you share, because due to Corona, your husband and I and you can you share a bit?
yeah. So me and my husband, we normally live in the US, in Texas, because he has got a work there. So I am with him, and one of our kids lives in the Netherlands, in the Hague or Rotterdam, rather. But right now she's here, and then our second child, he's here in Sweden. So that's where we are right now. And right now, we don't have any answers for when my husband can come to us, to Sweden, and visit. And I talked to him for a long time last night, and he said, you know what, maybe it is I cannot come home to midsummer either, because my they don't allow it, because if I go back to Sweden, I might not come back in again to US and work. And that is, I mean, in the beginning was, we see each other soon, but now it's just, postponing. We don't know. And it's really, really hard. And I have chosen to live with my husband, so I want to be with him. I don't
Yes,
want to be separate. I don't like it. And it's hard. I think I really have to work with my mind right now, my
yes,
attitude, and to be strong. And one of the ways I do it is my go-to place, and that's actually exercise, because then I clear my mind. I, release the hormones. All the good stuff that releases when we are exercises actually helps me to stay, I would say, sane, actually, with all this uncertainty that is going on in many people's lives, and not being with your loved ones. It's tough. It is tough.
yeah,
And I think we can choose what kind of mind, or what mindset we have, and also the attitude we have. And for again, we are such a habitual creatures, so we also have habits in how we approach things, our attitudes toward things, without even knowing, because that's just how it is. Whatever happens for us or with us or in our life, we have an attitude towards it, an approach to it. But what if I change? And I would say there is maybe three main attitude, and that is the positive attitude, of course, and there's a negative attitude, and it's a neutral one as well. And with the positive attitude, and it's not saying that you have to go around smiling and laughing all the time, but it's more of an approach that things are possible, and that brings confidence. And when you're confident, you're more happy, and that's what I mean. It's more aligned with what you want. It's easier to fulfill yourself and your dreams and your life if you're happy, if you have confidence in things, if you are determined. As we know, many things doesn't just happen. We need to put our mind to it, send out the intention out there, and then we can start to work with it, because then you're an expert on this, Catalina, how the brain works, right?
yeah.
When we do that. And also with the negative attitude, I think there is more anger and doubt when you have a more negative attitude. So you doubt yourself. And we don't need that. We don't need doubting, because there is plenty of other people that could tell us, how bad we are. But we need to start with ourselves, and accept ourselves.
Did you notice how easy it is to focus on the negative when you talk to clients or to friends? How is it going? Oh, this went wrong, this went wrong, this went wrong. And actually, I start with my clients with what went well,
Mm,
because it's also training the mind
mm,
to look also for what is good, not only what is what is
Yes.
bad, right? What is wrong or what is bad.
I always do that too. And I think
Yeah,
we are.
I told you we have so much in common. I love it. Yeah.
And that is, I love that part, because then it's all of a sudden it's like people get a different body language, of
Yeah.
course, because, oh yeah, what's good in my life, and then you start to see, because
Yeah.
again, it's about planting these seeds.
Yeah.
We What we focus on, we get more of, right? So if
Yeah.
you start to see the positive things in people, you see more of it, and then people actually act more from that place as well.
Yeah. So it's a bad meeting. Oh, because this happened, this did that. But I encourage them, okay, look at the causes of a good meeting.
Mm,
Look at the causes also for positive experiences and
mm,
contributing factor to this. It's
mm.
it's a new way of looking at life actually, right? You put different lens.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. It's always a different lens, and we can train our mind to do this, and we can train our mind to. It's taking those small steps every day and say, what is it that I want for myself? What is it
Yes.
that you know um, at work as well? What do I need for this day? What do I want? What do I
Yeah.
want to influence, impact with this? Okay, so maybe I need to change a little bit. Maybe I need to, tune into different mind here, to have a
Yeah.
different mindset. Yeah.
Yeah. So Anaya, hi, good morning. Anaya says holistic success is about working on your body and mind so you can achieve success, achieve your goals, not someone else's goals. That's very true in all areas of your lives. Freedom to create my life, my work, my schedule, and my goals. This is what it makes me happy. And confidence is catalyst for happiness.
Mm.
Yes, it is. And this confidence and competence, they come together because the more confident, the more, we try things and we become more competent. And the more competent, our confidence increases, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
I like because he goes into Anaya says about holistic success, which I love, and it's also a lot about you, Malin. And you just mentioned the jogging and
Mm.
exercising as a way for you to um, you know eh, let's say change the biochemistry of your body and feel better. How do you make sure, because it's such an important part of your life, how do you make sure that you don't overdo it? Because this is a trap many people have, right? Can it comes natural, so I do more of it. How do you
Mm.
make sure that, how do you find your sweet spot?
I love that question. Thanks for asking, because I think that's a really important question. I used to be that person that always pushed through because that's who I am. And again, it's about identity. I identify myself with that person, but it didn't work for me. It didn't work for me in the long run. So now I say it's about being sustainable and listen to your body. I mean, the body really screams loud to you. So it's no surprise, really. If you have ache somewhere, if you are in pain somewhere in the body, or feeling in your mind as well, mentally, it's a sign. Listen to yourself, take care of yourself. You are the most important person. So nowadays I don't push through. I don't go for a jog if I feel, I'm tired. My whole system is tired. I maybe yoga, or I need just meditation. So I always start my day with meditation. I did this before today as well, to tune into myself. What is it that I need? What do I need? Not what is on my schedule, because there could be, there was something else for today. But
Yeah.
maybe my body doesn't need that today. It needs something different. So it's really about learning to have awareness, to create and be the expert on you,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
and feel in, tune in. And we as women, especially, I don't know, we think we are powerhouses for sure, but machines. We are not machines. We are human beings.
um you know what, one thing that I learned in life, because I like you, achieve a lot, focus, let's do it, and mind over body. And I learned in time that self-compassion is more important to me than self-discipline,
Mm.
because if I give myself what I need, and um, then it's just my body and mind just create this synergy and start working for me.
Mm.
And it's okay to change our mind and schedule us change our schedule. And I'm not saying to a 20-year-old to do this, because maybe everybody needs to have, it's all her his own experience of life. But where we are in our life right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
uh, as especially women, that we are cyclical beings, it's tuning in and forgetting the goals, and what Anaya says, achieve your goals and not someone else's
Mm.
goals. uh,
Exactly. And
s-
there is so much temptation out there and expectation. So we think we need to do what everyone else is doing. But again, that is not your life, and you will not be fulfilled living
no.
someone else's life, even if you try.
So let's take nutrition. We have this innate, intelligence. We know that sugar is not good, too much sugar. We know that that is not good, and we know what to eat. The body
Mm.
knows what to eat.
Hmm.
But the problem is we live in a society that spends, billions of showing us stuff to eat, that is not good for us.
Mm.
And that's why what you're just saying, we start our days with meditation, we start with contemplation to go within,
Mm.
to take the noisy voice out and connect with that innate experience, innate voice of
Yeah,
ours.
yeah. And again,
Yes.
as you said, the nutrition, our body knows how
Yeah.
much to eat and when to eat. We don't have to be on a schedule, breakfast, lunch, dinner. If that doesn't work for us, if I'm not hungry at lunch, you don't have to eat. It's all right. We
Yeah.
survive.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, now it's a lot on intermittent fasting,
Mm.
which is a great thing. Not for everybody. So
Exactly.
we are bio individual. So, we have two legs, at most of us, two legs, all this, and we have the inner systems, but we are different
Mm.
in our needs and our wants, and connect with that.
Mm.
Connect with that.
Yeah. Again, listen to yourself. I mean, a couple of things happened to me. I mean, I got a burnout. That's where I start to listen to my body and my body's signals and signs
Yeah.
very much,
Yeah.
and change things around. But also when it comes to nutrition, I mean, I used to eat almost raw food because I felt really good about, eating that. But as I age, it doesn't really work for me anymore,
The
because my
hormones
body,
are different.
yes,
Yes.
yeah, I gotta listen to that, and everyone else is has to do that too, because that's when we can thrive, and we can really do that. It doesn't end at 50 or 60. We can
Go, yeah.
continue, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
taking care of ourselves.
Which means, Tufts, another thing, that we need to go outside what is familiar, what is
Mm.
comfortable
Mm.
to us.
Mm.
Even when we are, you know, for end of 40, 50s, whatever age, we expand because the brain loves to
Yes,
learn new things, right? Can
yeah,
you expand on this?
yes, absolutely. So I think many times we are setting goals, especially goals that are like Olympian championship type of goals. They are really big, and we're so excited about this. But in our minds, so that's how it's connected, and in our habits, we continue to act like a farmer league. So let's say you're a football team or you're an athlete, and you put this goal up to competing Olympian championship, but you continue to train, practice as you were in the
S-
local team.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's scary to do these things outside the comfort zone, and then you will be again unfulfilled, because you're wondering, I had this great big goal and I'm so motivated to do this or inspired, but I cannot take my mind to a different level, and therefore I cannot expand. So we need to see, what is it that I can do? What is it that really inspires me with this goal or aspiration that I have for myself? So I mean, also motivation comes from actually, if you break that word down, motivation to motive, it's a motive. We need a motive to get into action. And if our motive is not clear, we will not step out of the comfort zone. We will not do what it takes.
Especially if it's not your goal coming from the origin, the core of who you are, right?
Mm, mm. And again, I believe in these minor steps, action steps,
Oh,
because
I love it. Yes.
that's when you can expand safely, if that's a good word, I don't know, but you expand, and you get more of yourself, and you get confidence and happy, and and then you can take this leap as
And
well,
it's
because yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I see these small steps, you call them ant steps,
Yes.
that's your thing, like as a proof of self-compassion.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
you pace yourself and say,
Mm.
I can do a little bit more. I go now to the gym after this, right? And I work with a personal trainer. I'm not gonna go with the biggest weight and everything. It's not I must to do. No, I take it just a little bit, so my body doesn't go in shock. But
Exactly.
it's challenge, right? So the same also in life. You know how many times it comes now with sporting. I saw a guy who had a surgery or an immense amount of pain in his arm and
Mm.
needed surgery. So a lot of inflammation. And I saw, although he was super fit, he was so inflamed. His
Mm.
whole body is inflamed.
Mm.
No, because I have to train and I have to must. And I was like,
No.
give yourself a break. I
Yeah.
mean, we know much more. Science has evolved to back up what wisdom of ages knows. Slowly, slowly.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
And that's what I mean. It's an identity. We think we need to, because
Yeah,
that's how people see me. This is my
yeah,
identity. I'm tough. I can do this. I just continue. So what if you can have another
yeah,
identity, and it will work so much better for you, and you will be
yeah,
more fulfilled and can
yeah,
actually accomplish more. That's what I think. When you, as you said, tune into this, and all the chemistry that is in there, things will be easier.
yeah,
So you will reach your goals or your aspirations or your means anyway, but in a different way that you couldn't
yeah.
think of before. But it will be with more pleasure, more joy, and easier.
That's what I wanted to say. Easier. This is amazing without going, into woo. Although I like to go to woo many
Mm.
times, but I can, so I do. But not for this session. The idea. Have you noticed that the more you do your stuff, you connect with yourself, you do your inner work, you show up in life with an attitude of service by bringing, what's best in you to do, make the world a better place, your world, whatever
Mm.
it is,
Mm.
that things happen easier.
Yeah,
And the more you focus on helping others, forget competition, because we all have a place on this planet.
yeah,
Just find your place, that this, and every single day progress. Have you noticed that it becomes easier and you say, oh my god, it came this business opportunity out of nothing, but it's
yeah,
just raising your vibration, raising bringing more light into this world, if you like,
yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
makes things easier. I don't have to work that hard and so anymore, right?
No, exactly. And I mean, I have several clients, and one of them, actually, she started to drink water and breathe, do breathing
Do
exercise. So I had
exercises.
her to do breathing exercise. And after a while, we also incorporate physical exercises. And all of a sudden, she was invited, as she said, to the adults table,
Yeah,
meaning, the corporate. I mean, she is in European, she's what do you call it? Anyway, has a European position.
Position.
Yeah, exactly. So she's responsible for Europe, a product of Europe. Anyway, when she changed these small things about herself, she was invited to meetings that she
Yeah.
longed for before and she wanted to be in, but
Yeah.
now she didn't try, but she showed up differently.
Yeah. Didn't push.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And they wanted her. So that's what's happened when when you change.
And you align, because that's another thing that it's very important, and you we were discussing about,
Mm,
uh, you align with who you are,
mm,
and you show up aligned
mm,
with who you are, and
mm,
this changes the whole game. um, Many people think, "Whoa, why I'm not getting this promotion, or why I'm not playing at the big table," as you're just mentioning. So do the inner work, show up, be focus on cultivating your being, and
mm.
how instead of focusing on pushing and doing things, because it has to be done in order to get to that level. Do it your own way, right?
Yeah, and it's
Within.
so hard to always push and try to be perfect because we can't, and we know that intellectually. Everyone knows that, but how do I change that? And I
Yeah.
would say start in your mind.
Yeah.
It's a mindset thing.
You
Yeah.
you you started the 21 days challenge, which is really cool. Um, I yeah, challenge for me it's like, but it's a great word. And you do with another lady from the Netherlands,
Yes.
and I
Yeah.
find this really cool. Tell a little bit about this. So what do you do there?
Yes. So actually, it came from the Corona crisis. Oh, yeah, I could call it that, because we felt that people people need like a guidance, and especially when it comes to the attitude and mindset, we are a little bit lost because we can't clinch, to our old habits and patterns.
Yeah,
So we need to create new ones. So
yeah.
therefore, we want people to flourish, to bloom, together with spring, right? Because now it's almost
I have
summer, actually.
I have the same, because my name means flower, and I
Yeah,
have flower flourishing. Yeah, so it's really I love this.
I love it. Yeah. So it's proven, at least 21 days to change a habit. So it's in three different parts. The first part is about foundation and, to understand your blockages, your fears and that. And the second part is about creating what is it that I really want. So creating, and that was also targets, that's mission, it's inspiration, motivation, and the last part is manifestation, to celebrate what's working. So it's in three different parts, and every day you get a topic, a theme to work on for yourself, and that works with your attitude. And of course, some of them are not relevant to you. That's fine. You go to the next one and work on that. So you will get every day a push, and also with the meditation. And Ofke, who works with this, she's an expert on archetypes. So she brings in the archetypes, which can I use more of, which would be beneficial for me to actually unleash, I would say, because again, we are habitual creatures, and we act from that place. But what if I can take in the gesture in my life, or the I don't
Yeah,
know, someone else in the way I approach life? It will be a different outcome. And
yeah,
that's what we're seeking as well. So
yeah,
this is the time to work on yourself, because we are home, we have time. And
yeah. It's
yeah,
really cool. So it's now, which day are you in this challenge? It's your first
no,
challenge.
yeah. So we start, actually, the program itself starts tomorrow. So if there are people interesting, we start tomorrow. So then it's 21 days from tomorrow.
Yeah. And is it's free, or it's paid, or how?
That's a paid one, because they get a lot of meditation,
Yeah,
small
so they get a lot of
seminars.
value.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of them.
So if they are interested, everybody can go to
Yes.
your profile and see. But I'm curious, how how are you going to measure this, this, because it's full of challenges all over the Facebook, only
Yeah,
challenges.
it
But I'm
is.
interested to see, in measure
Yeah,
results, what's
yeah,
happening in this, but you'll pro- you are a very one of the things as I love about you, you have integrity. So I'm sure you you did your own work and you see how these things work, and of course with your clients. So that's really cool.
yeah.
So this is basically this. I mention it because this is an example of bringing your own experience and your wisdom and your lessons outside and make the world a better place, instead of saying, oh my god, with this corona, and I cannot travel to my clients internationally and I cannot do this, huh? You thought, okay, how can I serve
Yeah.
online, and then teaming up with other people. So
Mm,
this is one example of things that you can shift, right? Your
yeah.
mindset, your identity, comfort zone, because it's the first time you do this type of things, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I just love it. So yeah,
Yeah.
how
Take the
do you
chance when it comes there. It's we can
take the
sit and
chance?
wait. Yeah, we can sit and wait. And exactly what you said. I thought, who am I? Now is the time. People are waiting for something, and I want to be of service.
And
So
let's face it, at sometimes did you have fears like, oh my god, there are so many, and
yeah,
what is it
yeah,
that
yeah,
I
yeah,
read?
yeah.
And because fear can stop many people from bringing their voice outside. And you know people like you and me that went online, yeah, you get criticism as well. I mean, you're exposed to everything now. But yeah, what kept you going?
So I had this doubt, and I said, everyone is going online, and everyone is doing this now, and who am I to, have a voice in this busy crowd? But then again, someone said, but you have a different voice.
Yeah,
So whoever aligns with you will, and then it kept me going. And then also my mission to help people to flourish, that's my mission, you know so that
yeah,
they can be more of who they are. So
yes,
that was keeping me going, even though this is scary for me. This is absolutely scary, to do something totally new, and everything is new, and I have many moments where words have come out that are not so nice because it's frustrating not
yeah,
knowing how to do it. It's the
yeah,
first time, but now I feel more confident. I feel happy with myself because I've done something that I haven't done before, and I have something more to also serve, a different place to serve from, because I
yeah,
have more knowledge myself.
yeah.
Mm,
Thank you so much, Malin.
thank you.
I was wondering, for next time, maybe we talk a lot with the aspect of um, physical exercise, which is different for everybody. Let's have a discussion on the wheel of life and the
Mm,
importance of it. Shall we
mm,
do that?
I
Also,
would love that.
so let's speaking about creativity and how I put myself online. Uh, I expose myself here. I'm gonna make it something just now in our centering exercise, and see whatever it comes. Like a
Mm.
small poem, whatever. So let's see what the inner guidance does. So let's close our eyes. I feel already grateful for this discussion. So breathing in, I cherish this moment. Breathing out, I center myself. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, connect to my strengths. Breathing in, dwelling into my strengths. Breathing out, ready for my next aunt step. So, thank you, Malin.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And
Yeah,
thank
see you.
you. Thank you. Thank
So,
you.
see you next time.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to the gym. Malin goes to her life, and we had a sacred moment together, which, yeah, it's
Yes.
very important in life. So,
Yeah.
thank you so much, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you, Malin.